A lot of times when you're chipping with a regular style sand wedge or lob wedge, if you catch the ball a little bit higher on the face, it's just not going to go anywhere. And the gradual weighting in the EDISON wedges actually makes that a little less common.
Hey guys, Christo Garcia, my swing evolution. I've got something pretty interesting to talk to you about today, and it's wedges. Okay, you may be familiar with the wedge guy from Golf Works, Terry Kaler. Terry is a friend of mine because he was the CEO of the Ben Hogan Golf Company when it came into its current iteration.
Christo, welcome. Welcome to Fort
Sir.
Worth and to Ben Hogan.
Hi, I'm Terry Kaler. I'm the president and CEO of the new Ben Hogan Golf Equipment Company, and quite an honor to be able to do this. My father played golf with Mr. Hogan before the war, and I grew up with Ben Hogan wit and wisdom as part of my golf education.
And one of the proudest days of my life was when Terry called me to invite me to be aboard the team for the new Hogan Company and said, "Welcome to the Hogan family." I'll tell you, it still gives me chills to this day. Well, Terry has moved on to create a wedge company called EDISON Wedges. And you may recall he had a very interesting wedge design called the TK wedges with the Ben Hogan Company. So if you look at any golf wedge, they're all going to basically be the same, where all the weight is riding at the bottom on the sole and the top part is just very thin. And that produces a certain array of shots. But have you ever had a fluffy lie and you catch the ball high on the face and the ball's dead, it doesn't go anywhere? Well, Terry created a forgiving wedge. A wedge that has a little bit more of a subtle taper, more like a blade to the back of it. So if you catch it a little bit higher on the face, you're still going to have a better result. And that's one of the most interesting things because, you know, every single category of golf club has gone through many upgrades, especially a trend towards forgiveness, except for wedges. They're the only clubs that haven't really changed. So I hope you guys will check out this review where I talk about the differences between the new EDISON wedges and a traditional wedge and what the type of result might be. It may work for you guys. And as always, go to myswingevolution.com if you'd like to learn the simplest and most effective way to hit a golf ball, which is what I call the over-the-top miracle swing. Let's dig in. Hey, so I'm out here. It's a beautiful day at Eaton Canyon. I'm going to try out my EDISON wedges. I've got a 59, 55, and 51 degree wedge. So I'm going to do my hip high swing, my left arm parallel 9 o'clock swing, and my 3/4 swing. And I don't know what my yardages are going to be with these clubs, but what I want is a consistent yardage, no matter what that is. And that's where these wedges are really going to be put to the test, is to see, you know, on those slight mishits, what the distance turns out to be.
One of the most interesting selling points with the EDISON wedges is where the center of gravity is on the club. A lot of times when you're chipping with a regular style sand wedge or lob wedge, if you catch the ball a little bit higher on the face, it's just not going to go anywhere. And the gradual weighting in the EDISON wedges actually makes that a little less common. So that if you catch the ball a little bit higher on the face, you're going to get a little more rollout. And I found that to be true while I was chipping around the greens. So when it comes to chipping around the greens, the EDISON wedges do provide a little bit of forgiveness, which is something I've never really seen in a wedge. When I moved out to the driving range to try out the wedges for half, 3/4, and full shots, I noticed that they definitely have a different type of feel. Because the center of gravity is a little bit higher, I almost felt like I needed to de-loft it a little more to catch that feeling of pure and solid on the club. It's definitely a different type of feeling for full swing shots that you have to get used to, but the distances with these wedges overall is at least as good as my other wedges. But for a wedge, you want to hit the ball a specific distance, but it does feel a little bit different and it takes some getting used to. Well, I'm very happy I got the chance to check out my friend Terry Kaler's new wedges from EDISON. They are outstanding, and I think that they're a great choice if you're looking for a wedge that's a little bit more forgiving, especially when it comes to chipping around the greens.
Do you think you picked up some yardage since we've been working on this stuff?
On the driver, at least 50 to 60 yards.
It's dynamite.
It's crazy.
I want you to swing over the top. You heard me, now hear me out.
My swing is feeling effortless with power.
Don't try to rebuild your swing if you're over the top. Learn to use it to your advantage. What do you notice about it?
It's just easy. It's just easy. I don't have a whole bunch of thoughts, just one. Just come inside, hit down.
Dropping it under causes pushes and hooks, and it almost ruined my back. When I started my swing evolution, I was a terrible golfer. Today my channel has over 25 million views, and I even got to swing as Ben Hogan on the Golf Channel. Click the link below to experience your very own miracle.
Transform your game at myswingevolution.com.